Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing here in Hachseg's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is day number 104. We are in the chapter of Bas, of a daughter. And he writes, V'yesh harbe ani. The last thing he mentioned was that a person do everything within their financial abilities and capacity to marry off their daughter to a Talmid Chacham. V'yesh harbe aniyim asher tava nafsham litein as bitam l'Talmid Chacham. There are many poor people that their whole desire is to marry their daughter off to a Talmid Chacham. Aval mash yasu she'en yodam haseges litein moyer matan lefi tzorech Talmid Chacham. But what can they do? They don't have the money for such a nice dowry and the like to be able to afford a Talmid Chacham. Mikol Malkaim, nevertheless, chiyuv ram yolaseis kol Hashem b'koicham. They have an obligation to do everything within their abilities to make it work. Uledaleg alaharim, they should skip over mountains. Lekabetz kedei liskais litem bitan Talmid Chacham. We have to go high and low and across rivers, whatever they need to do to be able to amass the money necessary to be able to marry their daughter off to a Talmid Chacham, which means supporting him in his learning, to give them what they need, a house and the like, and all of their food and their utilities, whatever could be done to facilitate that they don't have to worry so that the Talmid Chacham can keep learning. That's what a father should do. Now he writes, if you can't do this, when there's not a Talmid Chacham that's around where you live, so what do? At least choose a good boy, a nice boy. V'zera anoshim, distinguished lineage. Yodei is safer, someone who knows how to learn. V'yirei Hashem, and he has fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'al sabita la'ma'aretz ram alalim, do not give your daughter over to an ama'aretz, to an ignoramus, or ram alalim, someone who does evil. Don't do that. Shukemashli ichbita l'kalam is like giving over your daughter, throwing her over to dogs. Uslunasa alav, and her complaints are going to be on her father. All the days of her life, she's going to complain to her father because he troubled her with what he did by marrying off to the wrong person. Someone who troubles his own flesh, his own family. Achzari, he is a cruel person. So if you're a father, you don't want to be cruel because you pushed and your daughter to marry the wrong person. Therefore, do your best to marry off to a Talmid Chacham. And if not a Talmid Chacham, at least someone that's nice, sweet, good midah, is here, Shemaim, he can open up a sefer, he's going to live a good life. Just like it says that a person should be deliberate when he's marrying a wife to make sure that he's marrying the right one. So too, before he gives his daughter's hand in marriage to somebody, he has to be very careful to make sure he's giving to the right one. He should check after the prospective man, the prospective groom over here, very well, until he knows clearly what is the nature of this person. And if he sees that he's good, give your daughter over. I just recently got a call, a shidduch call. Someone's going out already quite a few times, and now the girl's side wants to know more about the boy's side and his family. They got into the shidduch and they didn't really do much investigation about the boy and his family. So they're as the shidduch is progressing and things are looking good, now they just want to make sure that it's the right one. Says the Pele Yoetz over here. You have a father, you have an obligation to be baidik, to look deeply into the young man, into his background, into his family, where he's holding, speak to his rebbeim, speak to his friends, understand him. And if everything checks out, what you're looking for, then you can feel confident and comfortable giving your daughter's hand over in marriage to him. Ve'ein emes ki me'Hashem isha le'ish. The truth of the matter is that a shidduch between a husband, a man and a woman, a husband and a wife, it's from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'hu mezaveg zivugim. Hashem is the one that is putting people together. U'moishiv yechidim ba'isa. He brings individuals together in one house. Mikol Malkaim, nevertheless, kfar milsa amura pesha davar l'kamam berech zivug ayin sham. But later, when we get to the chapter of Zivug, which is the Zivug is the match, is the besheret, is the right partner, we'll speak about it more over there. But therefore, a person has to have pity on himself, and on the nefesh, on the soul of his daughter. He should find something that's good for her. He has to make sure that when he puts his daughter together with somebody, it's going to be good for her, and it's going to be good also for the father in this world and the world to come. You want to make sure that your daughter's going to be happy. You want to make sure that they're going to have a beautiful family. They're going to build a bayis ne'eman b'Yisrael. That's malei shchina, malei Torah, malei mitzvahs, malei midos, toivas, ava, shalom, reus, all the wonderful things. So therefore, be very particular and make sure you help to pick the right one. And you should pour out your soul before Hashem, kapam bepam, every time. Albanav, about your ubanoisav, about your sons and your daughters. Sheizaving them Hashem zivug. Hashem should bring them a perfect mate and a partner. Ukvar kasabti tefillah. I already wrote a tefillah, a special prayer about this, as the Pele Yoetz. Smachtia bebeis tefillah. I placed it in my sefer, beis tefillah. V'gam bas mas, even the daughter herself. Im yoidas lichtay, if she knows how to write. Aylikrai minaksav, where she can read that which was written. The father should go to a wise man, and that wise man should either write a tefillah or should teach them how to pray in the right way. Also, with Siyata the Shemai, says the Pele Yoetz, I'll write that tefillah as well. Or at least while she's on her own, she should cry out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tifke Nafsha, she could fast. Pour out her soul before Hashem. The words that come straight from her heart, just like everything coming out of her mouth. David to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the girl herself should daven, please HaKadosh Baruch Hu, bring me the perfect zivug, the right match. Give me somebody with yiras Hashem. And that way the match, this pair that is joined together, it will be oila yafe. It will go up very beautifully. Tefillah, prayer is so great in these areas. Go and learn out from Leah. We're going to have it in these parshas. She really deserved to marry Esav. However, but she cried so much until her eyes became so puffy and soft as a result of all of her tears. Suddenly, she fell into the portion of Yaakov Avinu, and she marries him instead of Esav. She married 6 tribes as a result of that. And from those 6 tribes came along Kohanim, Leviim, and the houses of Malchus, of monarchy and the kingdom, all because she cried her eyes out, and she asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, send her the right zivug. She wanted to marry Yaakov Avinu, but that's exactly what happened. So anyone that is listening and they need a shidduch over here, says the Pele Yoetz, it's up to you. You got to daven to the extent that you pour out your heart completely to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you ask and you beg, please Hashem, the right zivug, the proper one. Give that to me in that way, Be'ez Hashem, just as Leah's prayers were heard, and she was zeicha to tremendous spiritual greatness, which is eternal. We should be zeicha also that Hashem hears our prayers, answers those who need the shidduch, and gives you eternal bliss and simcha together with your zivug, with your partner in life. All the best.